Hello, welcome to the third episode of Rainbow Reflections Origins. This series will take a closer look at Rainbow Reflections from its origins to fun facts and trivia. In this episode, we'll be looking at the origins of Ren. Ren was created from several different people. She originally came about being based off of one of my old characters' sister, whose name was Ri. I wanted something similar and found the name Ren to use for her instead. Ri's personality was slightly based off my sister's, as well as one of the martial arts instructors at my school. So Ren is basically a compilation of an instructor, my sister, and an old character. Did you know that in the old version, Ren was supposed to be one of the bad guys? That's right, she and her original brother, Ryu, based off my old character Pengel, were friends with the antagonist, Kamiya. See episode 2 for more information on how Zin became Ren's sibling instead, and how their twin bond formed. Anyhow, Kamiya has long since been scrapped from the story, but she was originally Ren's best friend and eventual lover. Ren and her brother were eventually going to switch sides and join the good guys, as both of them were too good-hearted to remain with Kamiya when she went about doing evil things. Things that I don't even remember what she was supposed to do. All of this was the very, very early version, and I'm so glad it didn't come to be. Ren is just too pure for that. Though Ren is definitely playful and always does her best to be positive, she definitely has that strong streak in her. This can be seen even in the first book when she lashes out in the end due to a dramatic event that she believes has taken place. She doesn't mess around when you make her angry, but it definitely takes a lot to get her to that point. She's usually patient and considerate the caregiver, as she's always looking out for everyone else. A lot of people probably don't realize how strong she is, but really, she's like one of the strongest characters. It takes a lot to not only be looking out for others all the time, but to also remain so positive, like 24/7. Don't underestimate her, basically. Ren's name means lotus, and her middle name Arashi means storm. Did you know that, like Xenovis's name, I was considering Ren's name for myself, of course before the character existed. I like the idea since the lotus flower is a really cool symbol, and I originally heard of it from Avatar: The Last Airbender with the Order of the White Lotus, which I definitely connected to. But I didn't think the name fit me in the end, so I gave it to a character instead. She gets the name of Ren in the book simply because Hyakutu sits in a lotus position. And also because of the actual lotus flower, I suppose. Her middle name is due to her birth in a storm. Saihan, as previously mentioned, means rainbow, which is a perfect fit for her as well as them. She is pansexual after all, attracted to anyone for their personality and not caring about their gender or sex. She accepts others for who they are and not what they are. With that being said, I know that some readers believe she was a bit transphobic in the first book when finding out about Zin wanting to change their body. I did this for a few reasons. The first is to educate people who don't understand transgender people. While I don't want this to be a whole education or book on transgender people, and there's a lot more to cover, I do think having someone kind of slightly opposed to the whole transitioning side of it would have brought in those questions that normal people kind of would have had for transgender people, and allows us to get more information on transgender people as a result. The second reason is because Ren actually does not like change, and this would be a change, so it fit with her character to question it even just a bit. And the final reason is because Ren is a firm believer that people were born in certain bodies and roles in the first place, and they shouldn't be changed. She's not actually transphobic though, and she does come around to seeing Zin's point of view with it. Now let's take a closer look at her design. Like I said, she was based off multiple people, but her design is mostly based off the martial arts instructor. The instructor has her hair parted to the left and wears glasses too, and the look was just so fitting for Ren. Ren also likes to bound around, probably not as much as Zin, but she's still pretty energetic, another quality the instructor has. I chose a purple color scheme for her, more just because it fits, but it could have also been due to Ren being like my sister and one of my sister's favorite colors being purple. Ren wears a short robe as she doesn't see much point to wearing a long one like her father and sibling. In the original version, she wore a short robe due to living in a hot and tropical place. She has a purple band tied on the left side of her waist to show that it is not a sash like what Hyakutu wears tied on his right. The band is also thinner, showing off the difference even more. She otherwise likes to wear sports clothing just like what I like to wear and always wore growing up. She's not one for fancy dresses, makeup, or any of that. She likes her hair being messy and will only tie it up on the rare occasions that she sees fit. When she was a kid, her hair was actually shorter than Zin's and she didn't wear glasses. She also doesn't ever like to wear shoes, wanting to be as natural as she can. She's just a complete hippie. Of course, she will wear shoes when she has to, like when it's snowing out. Ren's wand goes from dark on one end to light on the other, another symbolic point of balance that shows up in the series. She also attached some sun and moon charms, which symbolize Zin and herself. She added the feather to represent her family as a whole, since she and her dad have air magic, and she fakes Zin's air magic for them in the first book. The feather is also just a good way of showing Ren's softer nature. Her wand is made of viburnum, which represents deep breathing, focus, relaxation, and passage between worlds. This works very well considering how she loves to meditate, live naturally, and has an interest in the spirit realm. Her weapons would be two fans, which are seen as softer weapons used mostly in Tai Chi forms, but are actually really brutal when used quickly in a real fight. In the old version, I always imagined her using the double fans to create straight strikes with her air magic. While she's not willing to fight, she knows how to stand her ground and is a talented fighter. I do hope to bring in the double fans later in the series. Ren was born in February with an Aquarius sun sign and a Pisces moon sign. She has control over air magic and will later gain water magic as well. She got her magic at only 11 years old, which is very young for people to obtain it. She waited for Zin to get their magic, well, sort of, before learning how to control that magic though. Imagine waiting 3 years with magic coursing through you before you could even learn to use it. She's known to be powerful with her magic wand or not, due to her strong connection with herself and spirituality. Her hobbies include doing anything spiritual, from meditation to astrology to tarot, taking care of plants, playing games, and looking out for her family, of course. She is very in tune with the spirit realm, even receiving visions from time to time. While she follows Taoist philosophies like her father, she's more of like a pagan or a Wiccan in our world. She enjoys using tools in her craft like crystals and plants, and believes in manifestation. While Ren started off as a combination of multiple people, she's quickly grown into her own person. She's one of my personal favorites due to her strong will, positive attitude, and the growth that she'll be going through.